So, you've got a few extra pounds on you, or kilos, or stone, or whatever they call it on your part of the planet. That's totally fine. And if you're not happy with it, you can most likely get rid of a bit of fat if you want to. But make no mistake, losing fat and losing weight are not the same thing. They are as different as black holes and your sister's wig. In this video, we will explain the science of fat loss. After this video, you will have learned what dietary and lifestyle habits you can adjust to ultimately reach a healthier and happier you. So, let's chew the fat. First of all, it's important to understand the difference between weight loss and fat loss. Body weight measures your total mass, fat, water, bone, muscles, and organs. And your soul too. Why not? Body fat just isolates the amount of adipose tissue and the visceral fat found around the vital organs in your belly. It's important to understand this distinction because body fat is the most accurate indicator of well-being and predictor of disease, whereas body weight and health are not always negatively correlated, meaning you can weigh more than average but be healthier than average too. So this means that you don't have to throw your scale out of the bathroom window every morning anymore, because that little mechanical artifact, friend, just measures your body weight, not your body fat. But how does fat loss work? Body fat is gained when you have a positive energy balance for a prolonged period of time. This essentially means that your energy intake is higher than your energy expenditure.
You're eating too much, and you're not moving enough.
Wait, why did we just sound like your mother just now? Research shows that individuals at a healthy weight must be able to maintain a zero energy balance, which means the energy intake has to be equal to the energy expenditure. Did it just get mathy? Sorry about that. A study published by the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition assessed the change in calorie intake and average body weight from the 1970s to 2000. We don't know if it was the great music or the bad fashion, but in this period of time, the average person gained weight. When comparing the change in average weight, the calculations equated almost exactly to the increased calorie intake. The point is that calories matter. Too much of them, and you will find yourself gaining weight. How many calories do I need per day? You can work out how many calories you need to eat by working out your total daily energy expenditure, TDEE. TD! First, you have to calculate your basal metabolic rate, or BMR, which is how many calories you burn at rest. This will depend on your sex, weight, height, and body fat percentage. This makes up the biggest component of your TDEE, approximately 70%. Now, the math wizards among us have probably noticed that if your BMR is 70% of your TDEE, there's still 60% left. Just kidding, we were just testing if you were still paying attention. There's 30% left, and this is comprised of 1. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis, NEAT. These are your random movements, for example, walking to the kitchen to get coffee, or flipping off crying children on the plane when their parents are not looking. 2. The thermic effect of food, TEF, which is the number of calories burnt to metabolize food. And yes, you burn calories by eating. And no, that does not mean that you should have another muffin. And 3. Exercise activity thermogenesis, which accounts for the incremental temperature changes and effort used during exercise. Has nothing to do with eating, even though the abbreviation is a very demanding sounding EAT. To calculate your own TDEE, an online calculator is linked in the description. Does it matter what I eat, as long as I eat the right amount of calories? Your TDEE tells you how many calories you burn per day. If you eat more than this, you will gain weight. If you eat less than this, you will lose weight. It's that simple. End of video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Well, no, it's not that simple. Not necessarily. For example, research shows that if you choose to eat 2,000 calories worth of junk food, you will metabolize this completely differently than 2,000 calories of nutrient-dense food, like whole foods. It's all about that B word. We mean balance. Simply said, you need to consume a balance of protein, fat, carbs, and all 26 essential vitamins and minerals. That's right, don't avoid fat, it's an essential nutrient. Fat doesn't make you gain fat. Excess calories makes you gain fat. Fat loves you, and you love fatty foods, so you might as well get a room already. A study published by the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that in a clinical trial of overfeeding, participants were able to regulate energy balance better when they were active and consuming healthy foods. This is due to an increase in NEAT, TEF, and EAT. Again, not a demand, but simply an abbreviation. So when it comes to what you should eat and what you should avoid, choose nutrient-dense food and avoid high sugar foods and alcohol. Sorry to be a fun sponge, but don't shoot the messengers. If you have a hard time cutting out certain things from your diet, for instance, because you're a regular, flawed human being who can't be good at everything, Mom, then these practical tips might help. If you regularly drink pure fruit juice, start diluting it with a mysterious substance called dihydrogen monoxide. For some people, that's also known as water, but stick to the same amount of total milliliter per serving. Instead of 500 milliliter of juice, go for 300 milliliter of juice and 200 milliliter of water. That's a fantastic start. If you enjoy crunchy snacks as crisps on a regular basis, try switching to air-popped popcorn and season it yourself. Become a haute cuisine popcorn chef. Sweet tooth, we feel you. Who could say no to a good Belgian truffle? Or maybe you prefer a mouthful of sugar cubes. We don't know your life. The trick to long-term weight loss is practicing awareness while you indulge. Instead of going for the full package, because you may have been depriving yourself of them, allow yourself to enjoy one or two instead. This way, you can really enjoy it without guilt and then move on with your day. It will get easier. If you continuously decrease your caloric intake over time, studies show that your metabolism will downregulate, and you will also require a smaller food intake due to the weight already lost. So take it slow. That will give you the best chance for success. Think of your senior prom. You had much more chance of scoring during a slow dance than during the robot. For example, if you were going for 1,500 calories per day and you lost 2 kilograms, your weight loss macros, based on your BMR, might now only be 1,300. Compounded with this, after multiple months of restricting caloric intake, hormonal mechanisms that stimulate a bigger appetite will make it more difficult to stick to the caloric goal. One example is a decrease in the hormone leptin, making you feel totally hangry. How do I count calories? Keeping track of your calorie intake is easier than you might think. It's like surviving a weekend outing with the whole family. It just takes a bit of preparation and determination, and you'll do great, even when that aunt comes along. You know the one we're talking about. It's great to make meal planning a habit. You could think about what you want to eat and buy the right products that contain the right amount of calories your body needs. When you first start doing this, it might prove difficult, but after a few weeks, you'll notice how much better you've become at estimating the number of calories in the products that you consume. To make it easier to keep track of your caloric intake, try using an app on your smartphone. One that is free of charge, like MyFitnessPal or LifeSum. They detail every macro and micronutrient that goes into your body. It calculates the percentages for you, so you don't have to spend time on complex calculations. Take that, high school math teacher Mr. Williams, who said you would need math later in life. Ever heard of apps? Ta! How do you lose weight according to science? Here's a handy checklist to help you out. First, you calculate your total daily energy expenditure, the number of calories you burn daily. Don't start counting on Sunday though, because the number of calories burned might be 0 if you're anything like us. 2. Take out some calories from your diet. For example, try to consume 500 calories less than you use per day for a week, and you could lose almost half a kilo. That's a whole squirrel of weight. 3. Make sure you give your body all the essential nutrients it needs. And no, chocolate chip cookies are not a nutrient. Stop asking us this. 4. Start your weight loss journey by setting clear goals and build it into your daily routine. You want to change your lifestyle and find something that works for you. The inspirational quotes on Instagram were right. You are unique. 5. Stay as fit as a fiddle during the process. Fiddles are known to get enough sleep, calm their minds, and drink enough healthy liquids. 6. It takes time, so be realistic when you set your goals. You will not be done next Tuesday. 7. Start tracking what you eat to make sure you don't exceed your caloric target. The FBI is already tracking everything you do, so why not do it yourself too? 8. Prevent empty calories. For example, skip any sugary sodas and stop taking those secret little sips of olive oil during cooking. 9. Give your body the time to adjust and stick with it. It needs to get used to it. It will all feel very normal soon. 10. Focus on the right balance of nutrients. and start increasing your activity, and keep adjusting your caloric targets as you start to lose weight. Your body is like a fleshy, lumpy houseplant, and you just have to learn how much nutrients it needs for it to feel its best. If you're currently embarking on a weight loss journey, remember that weight loss is not linear. Progress seldom is. You may plateau. On the one hand, as already mentioned, due to metabolic adaptations while you lose weight. On the other hand, it may be because of water retention. We are saying this now so you don't get too frustrated down the road if this occurs at all. Your body may retain water for several reasons, of which two are the most dominant. One, hormonal, well, actually menstrual, changes. It's that 1 to 2 kilograms bloat out of absolutely nowhere that often shows on the scales for some people, without warning or anything. Rude. 2. The other one is exercise related. If you are training really hard, like lifting weights or following certain high-intensity exercise protocols, your muscle mass will retain water due to regeneration. Both of these situations pass. So either don't get on the scale while menstruating or exercising intensively, or take looking at the scale lightly. Like we said before, no need to toss your scale out of the bathroom window every morning, unless you throw it out because you think it's a good exercise to fetch it again. You'll get to where you want to be. Just be patient and kind to your body, and stay hydrated. Drinking enough water will actually help reduce unwanted water weight, since this downregulates the hormone ADH. ADH keeps an eye on water balance, and too much ADH actually causes water retention. Bonus tip: measuring spoons. Measuring spoons make your serving sizes as exact as possible. This way, you will really know if you're putting exactly a tablespoon of olive oil in your meal, or exactly a quarter cup of cheese on your pasta, or exactly a kilo of chocolate candy in your mouth at the movie theater. Try not to do that last part though. If you're struggling with weight loss and want to make it even easier, you can try our assortment of meals. From shakes, to drinks, to bars, or instant hot meals, we got you covered. Every meal measures the exact nutrients your body needs in exact amounts, so calorie tracking is as easy as pie, without the excessive sugar load of pie. We offer plenty shakes, plenty drinks, plenty bars, and plenty pots, made from real, plant-based ingredients. 100% nutrition with 0% effort. Our website is linked in the description. We hope this helps with your calorie tracking, and we hope this video will significantly decrease the number of scales that we usually see flying from windows.